Welcome back to the Faith and Dreams series. I know we stopped for the holiday because we wanted to give you a break. I know nobody was going to be watching a video on Christmas or New Year's Eve or New Year even. So we stopped for a break, and as promised, we are back to continue the series. And we were studying the devotions from our planner that is set to come out called Faith and Dreams. It is on pre-order on our website, and I know a lot of people are excited about it. Basically, it's like half devotional and half business planning and planner. It has a business plan included. It has a devotion regarding faith-based entrepreneurship, and it also has like content planning for entrepreneurs who are on social media. Also has it has everything, okay? Everything that you need to start a godly business. So last season we were talking about the woman in Proverbs 31, not a domesticated woman from what we studied, but a woman with an entrepreneurial spirit, a very wealthy and respected woman who did not have to go out of her way or losing her place or trying to be a man in order for her to be successful. So now we are switching gears and we are going into Isaiah. Isaiah has been by far the most difficult book that I studied in the Bible. Actually, Hebrew is also kind of like tricky, but Isaiah is tough. But the other half of the planner is on Isaiah 41, and then we go into Matthew 25, my favorite chapter when it comes to entrepreneurship. So tonight we are focusing on Isaiah 41, and specifically on verses 18 to 20, and that's on day 12, I believe, in the planner. So I'm going to read the verses and listen carefully. And even if you're not listening to me, you go read the verses so you can have an idea of what I'm going to explain, and that's gonna blow your mind probably. So Isaiah 41, 18 to 20. I will make rivers flow on barren height and springs within the valley. I will turn the desert into pools of water and the parched ground into springs. I will put in the desert the cedar, the acacia, the myrtle, and the olive. I will set junipers in the wasteland. I will the fir and the cypress together, so that people may see and know, may consider and understand that the hand of the Lord has done this, that the Holy One of Israel has created this. So when I first read this chapter in my own Bible study way before I had the idea to do the planner, I saw it as, God making something out of nothing. God bringing rivers into the desert. And I took it for just that. But when I was writing to create the planner, I read the verse, I'm like, it can be that simple. And something tells me to go and research the trees that God decided He's going to place in the desert for His people. And this is like a habit that I get from homeschooling my daughter. One thing that we do a lot is when we go out in nature, when we go walk and wander, we come back and research things on the computer, and kind of just find her characteristic, and she'll write like little random facts about her research and things, something that I included in the Bible curriculum for children. So when I researched the trees, all of the trees that God decided that He was going to provide and plant in the desert for Israel are evergreen trees. If you don't know anything about plants, I'm going to tell you, evergreen trees are trees that remain green every season. Whether it's winter, they don't change their leaves. The leaves don't fall. They don't change color. They just stay green all year long. They're called evergreen trees. So God has decided, and this is not a coincidence, He has decided that He's going to give them something while they're in the desert. He's going to give them something that's not only going to last them for one season, but that's going to last them for every season of their life, whether it's winter, whether it's cold and difficult, whether it's warm and fuzzy and you're comfortable. Whatever God decides to give you is going to serve you every season. That's one. The other thing, as I was researching the trees, I found, so I make notes for myself. So the cedar is a tree that they consider a symbol of strength. So they have shades, they have shelters. And then the acacia tree is a tree that was used to build the tabernacle in the time of Moses. So when Moses was building the tabernacle, after receiving direct instruction from the Lord, the acacia tree is one tree that he used because of the woods were so strong and so effective and being shaped in all of these things. So they use it to build the tabernacle shelter. And the myrtle tree is a tree that can be used for aromatic purposes. And then there is the olive tree. We all know in several cultures, we know the olive oil is a very healthy oil, and we know olive is used for several medicinal purposes and everything else. And then we have the fir. The fir is specifically used in medicine. In modern medicine, of course, they modify it and do everything. But at the time, people used to get their trees and kind of just press them and use the direct essence of the tree, whether for illnesses or anything like that. So this is not a coincidence. God did not just find like 5 random trees to place in the desert for His people. He picked those specific trees that have medicinal purposes, trees that can be cut down to create shelter, to create a place for them to live, trees that can be used for having a really clean environment and clean trees that can be used for illnesses. He provides them with everything that they need. So He's not just bringing water into the desert. He's also giving them every single thing that they need while they're in the desert. So the lesson from this, and don't think, I know I am giving out a lot, but you have to read this for yourself and you have to get this to read the devotions. So basically, God made a promise that yes, you are going into the desert. Yes, everybody's gonna know that I am the one behind this because I'm already pulling out trees and bringing waters where it's barren. But also, I am going to provide for every single one of your needs. I will provide you with everything that you need, whether for your illnesses, whether for food, shelter, safety. I am providing for all of your basic needs while you're in the desert. So what does that mean for us as entrepreneurs who are stepping out, overcoming our fears and following God's purpose? That means if God gives you the mission, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about, the only thing you should worry about is the next step. And making sure that you are doing your part and you are doing it effectively, that you are doing it consistently and you are showing up and doing it. Because if He gives you the mission, if He tells you I have a purpose for your life and you start believing in that and nobody can tell me nothing, I'm just doing God's purpose. So if you are following that, He will provide everything for every single one of your basic needs. And you have to be in tune and keep reading the word and remind yourself and keep strengthening yourself with the words and through prayer so you can be aware of these provisions as God is providing them. So I'm gonna stop this here because I can go much longer. I love this so much, and when I found out the purpose of these trees, I was so excited. And I know I am giving it out, but that's fine because you have to read this for yourself and get the planner. And I'm not saying that because I made it, but it is awesome. Like, I did not just talk about the Bible, but I also used my background in macro social work. I studied administration, and one of my classes was in entrepreneurship and social enterprise. So I added the business model Canva within the planner, so you can do a quick layout of your business using just this planner. So you're not just getting something to plan out your day, you are getting the word and something effective to help you follow your purpose. So I'm gonna stop here. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment. I'm going to start posting these back into our YouTube channel again. Stay connected with us, and you have a blessed and wonderful week. Bye.